Hello there, Paul Jenkins, poet type gentleman here. I gave myself 3 New Year's resolutions this year. The first one was to do dry January. I managed that one. That was easier than I thought it would be. The second one was to run 1,000 miles in 2018, and I'm on track. I'm doing all right with that one. I'm a few miles short, but I think I'll be able to catch up. The third one is to reduce the amount of waste that we have in the house. We all saw the David Attenborough documentary just before Christmas, where we saw the amount of plastic that ends up in our oceans. So we decided as a household we were going to have a little bit less waste this year. But it's quite hard to get our heads around exactly how much waste we produce and exactly, you know, the journey of that plastic and where it comes from and how we can reduce it in the first place. So I thought I'd focus on just that one little thing. I thought I'd focus. We got one of these coffee makers, nice nifty little coffee maker for Christmas, and it makes it a decent cup of coffee, which I shall have in a minute. But when you make them, you get, as some of you will know, because you love, lots of you know, because you have these things, you get one of these things. You get one of these little, tiny little cartridges that go into the machine. And that little cartridge in itself is an ickle-bickle thing, and it just gets chucked away, gets thrown in the bin. But actually, that one cartridge is of course one day for one cup of coffee for one person. We're not a household of one person, and I don't just drink one cup of coffee. This next poem is about that plastic, and while you're listening to this poem and taking in just how much plastic we really get through, we've worked out how much plastic that we've actually used, and we've kept it. Instead of chucking it away, we kept it for a year. And so we're going to show you just how much plastic we've managed to get through just in this one little thing. The poem itself is just called Plastic Fantastic. Plastic's fantastic with its bottles and pots, containers and packets. There's lots and there's lots, and before you all know it, there is some more. It's all piling up just outside your back door. But that's not a problem, it's taken away. No longer an issue for you this fine day. Off to the landfill, off to the pile, and there it will stay for more than a while. 1,000 years, give or take a few. It'll outlive me, it'll outlive you. But not all your plastic gets dumped in the ground. Some's taken to sea, where it floats all around till the fishes and sharks and the dolphins and whales start to notice all over their fins and their tails all manner of stuff that they have to avoid, like drink cups and straws and small plastic toys that we thought we'd got rid of. But now it appears that plastic will float for 1,000 years. A continent forming from our pointless waste. The stuff we threw out in our rush and our haste to chuck it away and buy something new. Recycling? Oh, it's just too much effort to do. But is it so hard just to sort out your stuff? Is it not time we said enough is enough? Is it really so hard to sort out your plastic? Is that massive life change unbelievably drastic? Of course it's not. Just sort it out, and then, my friend, you're in no doubt that gradually, in some small way, you help to shape the world today. The coolest cat out on the scene, reducing polyethylene. So, as you can see, this is what we've managed to generate in a year. And that's 1 year. And that's only one person's worth for a year. That's not taking into account the fact that there are more people drinking coffee in this house, and we've had guests, and we're drinking more than 1 cup of coffee a day. I could probably fill this table if we just had one household's worth. Just think how that's going to be replicated across the country and then across the world. But the good news is this tiny little thing, if you've got one of these machines, right, these can be recycled. And in the notes at the bottom of this video, there's the directions of how you follow that to get your stuff recycled. It takes like 10 minutes. Drive around the corner, give them to the people that recycle them. They'll even make a little bit of profit on the side as well. It'd be great for them. So, there's your plastic. Get it sorted.